subclass. Method is present here. Set attribute. Set attribute. Okay. Now set attribute method is present here. With the page context object reference, can I call this method? Yes. Okay. That is, I'll call. Observe. Suppose right click, new JSP. Suppose scope.jsp file name. Next, finish. Here, first of all, set attribute. Set attribute method we have to call. For calling set attribute method in which class? Set attribute class, JSP context. Using page context object reference, can I call? Page context object reference is page context dot set attribute. How many parameters? 3 parameter. What are those? String, object, int. String, object, int. Now, suppose string, object place, can I pass string? Yes or no? Yes. Object place, I am passing string. Is it valid? How it is valid? Object is superclass. String is subclass with upcasting feature valid. Okay. Now here, suppose something, any one message, suppose platform 1, Java SC. Okay. Now scope, integer format. Now scope I given page underscore scope, request underscore scope. Those are integers. Those are integers only. But those are instance variables or class variables or local variables? Class variables. Then how to call? By saying class name. What is the class name? Page context. Page context dot page underscore scope. Okay. Now this line where we are to write script or declaration or expression. Where you are to write scriptlet. Scriptlet, if you want to replace JSTL required. Till I didn't explain JSTL. So what I'll do is here. Okay. Scriptlet. Present scriptlet only written. Like this only. This now one attribute I given platform 1. Name of the attribute platform 1. Value of the attribute Java SC. And scope of the attribute page underscore scope. Nothing but just a variable type. It's a variable name, variable value, scope. It's just nothing but suppose private integer x equal to 10. That type. Now private. This is page scope. Int data type x. This is x. This is 10. This is 10. That type. Okay. Now I'll write one more. Page context dot set attribute. Platform 2. Okay. Next, suppose Java EE. Page context dot request scope. Okay. Now page context dot set attribute. Platform 3. Java ME, suppose. Page context dot session scope. Next, page context dot set attribute. Platform 4. Suppose Java FX. Page context dot application scope. Okay. Now This is scriptlet. This one, if you want to replace, you required JSTL. Till I didn't start JSTL. You are learning JSP expression language. Now, if you want to retrieve this one, get attribute method is there. So what you can do is page context dot get attribute name platform one. You can write it returns one string. This string is equal to you can print. This is you can print out dot println. Yes, like this you can print. But this is where you tried scriptlet. Suppose scriptlet will write. But instead of scriptlet, you can write like this also. Expression. Page context dot get attribute. Attribute name platform one. If we write like this, what will happen? It is written and printed. It is written and printed. But new style, this is you can use with expression language. Here, uh, page scope dot platform one. It will print page scope dot platform one dollar page scope dot platform one. Like this, you can print. After this, line break. Again, dollar page scope request scope. That is request again, no? Request scope dot platform two. Now line break. Again, dollar session scope dot platform three. Line break. Application scope dot platform 4. Platform 4. Like this we can write. Now, this is expression place, expression language I used. Now, if I run this program, you observe. Instead of plain text, you can add colors. Level 1 heading. Level 1 heading. Now, right click, run on server, save. Here, scope.jsp. Say Java SC, Java AA, Java ME, Java X. But what's the difference? I would explain. First, you write this program. You're learning expression language only still. It is JSP expression language only. Now, what is the scope difference? I would explain, not completed. Just write this program. It is the attribute name. It is attribute value. It is scope. Online students, write the notes. Write the notes. Is it over? See what is this concept is, it's just like a access modifier concept. In core Java, you are using access modifier, no, that type. I'll explain. Now, platform 1, I given page scope. Okay. Platform 2, request scope. Platform 3, session scope. Platform 4, application scope. What is the difference? I have to explain. What is the difference? Explain. See, 4 platforms are given. This is any name you can write. It is just like a variables. Platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, platform 4 like a variables. These are like a values. These are like a access modifiers. What's the difference? I'll explain with a diagram. See, suppose it's a page 1.jsp, it's a page 2.jsp, it's a page 3.jsp, it is page 4.jsp. 1 minute. Suppose 4 pages. Online students, listen the class, end of the session and clarify your doubts. say 4 pages. Page 1.jsp. Suppose it is page 2.jsp. It is page 3.jsp. It is page 4.jsp. Suppose like this we have. Listen, page 1.jsp, page 2.jsp, page 3.jsp, page 4.jsp. Suppose from here to here, I'll write forward. I'll write forward. Okay. You already studied forwarding. If you write forward, same request and response comes to second JSP or new request comes. Same request and response of page 1.jsp comes to page 2. Suppose here I'll write redirect. Then same request or new request. Give me answer. New request. Redirecting again, the control will communicate the password to browser. Redirecting. Okay. Here also I'll write redirect. Same request or new request? New request. Okay. Now, suppose here is login. So session started. Here logout. Session ended. Login, logout. In a one war file. Suppose these all in the same war file. Same war file, one application. Okay. Now you observe page 1.jsp request and response comes to page 2.jsp because forward. Page 2.jsp to page 3.jsp new request response comes. Page 3.jsp to page 4.jsp new request and response comes. Session started in page 1. Session ended in page 3. Okay. Now, suppose our program, whatever you have seen just now, that program just assume like a page 1.jsp. Okay. Now, platform 1, what is the scope I given? Page scope. That means within this page only we can access. Within that page only we can access. Platform 1, you cannot access in page 2. That scope is page scope. Within the page only. Platform 2, what I given? Request scope. As long as request is available, that is available. That means page 1, I given request to scope. Same request forwarded or new request came here. Platform 2, you can access here also. Okay. Platform 2, you can access here also. Here, redirect. Same request or new request. Then platform 2, you cannot access here. Platform 3, what I given? As long as session is available. Platform 3 I given. This one you can access here also, here also. Can we access here? No, because session ended here. Log out. Platform 4, what I given? Entire application. That means all programs. That's the difference. Okay. Now I'll ask question. Give me answer. Platform 1. Platform 1. In how many JSP pages we can access? 1. That is page 1.jsp. Platform 2. How many pages? 2 pages. What are those? Page 1, page 2. Platform 3. How many JSPs? 3. Page 1, page 2, page 3. Platform 4. All. Okay. Question different angle. Question different angle. Answer there only. In page 1.jsp, how many platforms we can access? See, you are getting confused, no? Question different angle. Answer is there only. Now, in page 1.jsp, how many we can access? 4 we can access. Page platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, platform 4. Page 2, how many we can access? 3. Which one we cannot access? Page scope we cannot access. Okay. Platform 3, page 3, how many we can access? 2. What are those? Session scope, application scope. Page 4, 1. Application scope. That is only different angle I'm asking, that's it. Write this one. I'll give a description. Over. So in forwarding, same request and response forwarded. So that's what request scope we can access here. But redirecting, new request comes. And here session logged out. You cannot access here. But application, entire WAR file you can access. Page scope like a private. Okay. Request scope like a default. Like a protected, like a session scope. One more public, that type. Like that here. Like that you can assume, that's it. Understanding purpose. But not equal, different. Is it over? So write this one. In the above example, platform 1 can be accessed in page 1.jsp only because its scope is because in the above example, platform 1 can be accessed in page 1.jsp only because its scope is page scope. Platform 2 can be accessed in page 1.jsp, page 2.jsp because its scope is request scope. Platform 3 can be accessed in page 3.js, page 1.jsp, comma page 2.jsp and page 3.jsp because its scope is session scope. And platform 4 can be accessed in all JSPs. In a WAR file because its scope is application scope. Okay. In the above example, platform 1 can be accessed in page 1.jsp only because its scope is page scope. Platform 2 can be accessed in page 1.jsp, page 2.jsp because its scope is request scope. Platform 3 can be accessed in page 1.23 session as long as session is there. See, page scope means within the JSP only. Request means same request is passed, you can access. New request we cannot access. Session means until logout. Application means even if you log out also you can access if it in same WAR file. That's the difference. Now platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, platform 4 variable name type. Okay. And Java SC, Java EE, Java ME, Java FX like a value type. Page scope, request scope, these are nothing but access modifier type. That type. Okay. Say if you write, suppose if you write in core Java like this, class demo, string platform 1 equal to Java SC like this. Now it is private. Now string platform 2 equal to Java EE. It is default. Next protected string platform 3 platform 4 equal to Java FX. If you write like this, now this is private variable. This scope is within the class. This is default within the package. This is protected package and subclass. Subclass can be outside the package also. Public, anywhere, no restriction like that. Now platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, platform 4, these are variable names. These are literals, values like that. Okay, like this concept. This is for JSP expression language implicit object completed. Next param. Next one, param. It is used to get the request parameters. from HTML. It is used to get the request parameters from HTML. It is used to get the request parameters from HTML. Say from HTML page, if you want to retrieve, how will retrieve? How will retrieve? Get parameter. So what will write? Suppose, for example, is it over? Suppose here already one program is studied. Suppose arithmetic.html. Suppose this is a program. Okay. Now arithmetic program. This first, second we retrieve. No? First and second we retrieve. Okay. After retrieving arithmetic.jsp, that is here. Arithmetic.jsp. Here. Like this we retrieved. After that we compared. We forwarded. Like this you have seen. Request parameter you are retrieving like this. But instead of this, just a param dot operation you can call. But it is only for printing. Suppose, for example, now in HTML, suppose login.html. Example, login.html. I'll write login.html. Here input type equal to text, name equal to uname. Okay. Next, input type equal to password, name equal to pword. Like this we'll write in HTML program. Okay. Now login.jsp. Now if you want to retrieve login.jsp, if you want to retrieve, what will write? If you want to retrieve uname pword, string s1 equal to request dot get parameter uname. Next, string s2 equal to request dot get parameter pword. He'll retrieve. This code where you will write? Scriptlet or declaration or expression? Scriptlet. Scriptlet you'll write. But scriptlet if you want to replace JSTL required. But JSTL I didn't teach still. Now if you write in expression, what will happen? Printed. It is printed, no? Again one more expression. It is printed, no? Now instead of this one, we can write dollar open brace param dot uname. Dollar param dot pword. It is new style. But actually that is string you have to store. Then JSTL required. If you want to print, it is suitable. Expression language. So instead of writing this type you can write in expression language. Write this one example. In the place of expressions only, expression language. In the place of scriptlet and declaration, JSTL required. In the place of expressions only, expression language. Scriptlets and declarations, if you want to replace, JSTL required. Is it over? Say this code you can replace with this one. But if you want to store in a one string variable, it is not suitable. Request parameters you can retrieve and you can print in that situation. But if you want to store in a variable, that is JSTL required. Next concept, that one only. After this, is it over? This is param. Next one, init param. 6th one. Init param. It is used to retrieve initialization parameter from web.xml. It is used to retrieve initialization parameter. It is used to retrieve initialization parameters from web.xml. You already studied how to configure initialization parameters in XML. What are the tags we used? What are those? Init param, param name, param value. Okay. So param name message. Param value. Suppose welcome. Init param close. Now this is initialization parameter. How will retrieve? I'll explain. Just write this one. Over. Now, how to retrieve in solids? Which method? Get init parameter. Get init parameter method which interface solid config. Solid config. Now, same method is there in context also. Very context parameter. Now, here, suppose demo.jsp. How will retrieve here is dollar symbol, open brace. See, in normal, if you want to retrieve, scriptlet. After this, string s equal to config dot get init parameter. Then message. This is old style. Now, if you want to print expression, if you want to write like this, JSTL required. If you want to print, like this, will write no. This is new style. New style dollar init param dot message. It is new style. That's it. Write this one. Init param dot message. So init param with that message. Is it over? Last one. Seventh one, cookie. It is used to get the value of cookie variable. It is used to get the value of cookie variable. Example, in the solets you studied, or set cookie, get cookie, two programs. In set cookie program, we created cookie, we added to cookie. Get cookies program, retrieved cookies. Like that you have seen. Here, if you want to create a cookie, how to do? See, suppose set.jsp. First, you have to create a cookie. How will create? Same solid style only. Cookie c equal to new cookie. Suppose here something book value Java to complete reference. This is a cookie created. After creating, out add response dot add cookie. C. This is scriptlet open, scriptlet close. Let's will write set. You have to write like this only. Getting different. Write this one. So solids also we written like this only. JSP also you have to write like this only. Now get.jsp, one more program. How to retrieve this cookie in the solid's request dot get cookies. Return type is cookie array. Cookie array C equal to request dot get cookies. Now this comes. After getting this one, how to print? How to print? One loop required. Suppose there present how many cookies are there? One only. One only. Then with the index also you can print, no? Then how to print? Out dot println C of 0 dot get value. Like this will write. Now instead of writing this one, new style. Dollar open cookie message dot value. You can write like this, new style. Otherwise, even you can write like this. Sorry, not message, book. I given book, no? Book. One more way, dollar cookie dot book dot value. It is one more way. That's it. Right, this one. So either this type or this type or this type, all are valid. That means whatever you did in Solid, that is you can do with JSP. Here we can reduce the number of lines of code. We can concise the code. Programmer point of view, easiest, convenient way. Later frameworks came. That is, it is more convenient as compared to these all. That is only MVC frameworks. In JSP, how many implicit object references are there? Not this one, this JSPEL, JSP, 9. What are those? Out, request, response, session, page, page context, application, exception, session. These are 7. 9. Next year, 7. 16 object references ready to use. Okay. Up to here, JSP expression language completed. Okay. Next, JSTL. Next heading, JSTL. JSTL stands for JSP Standard Tag Library. JSTL stands for JSP Standard Tag Library. JSTL stands for JSP Standard Tag Library. It is introduced in JSP 2.0 version to simplify the JSP. It is introduced in JSP 2.0 version to simplify the JSP. JSTL stands for JSP Standard Tag Library. It is introduced in JSP 2.0 version to simplify the JSP. Now, here, JSTL nothing but it is tag library. Tag library, many tags introduced. Now, next write it. JSTL tags are divided into the following categories. First one, core tags. Second one, SQL tags. Third one, formatting tags. Fourth one, function tags. Fifth one, XML tags. JSTL stands for JSP Standard Tag Library. It is introduced in JSP 2.0 version to simplify the JSP. JSTL tags are divided into the following categories: core tags, SQL tags, formatting tags, function tags, XML tags. But first two categories only important: core, SQL. Remaining all not in use. Very rare situation they'll use. JSTL tags are divided into the following categories: core tags, SQL tags, formatting tags, function tags, XML tags. 5 categories of tags. If you want to use these tags, separate jar files required. We have to download, we have to deploy in server. Noted? In order to use the above tags, we must use the following. No, we must use the following jar files. First one, standard.jar. Second one, JSTL.jar. To work with JSTL, copy the above jar files into Tomcat lib folder. To work with JSTL, copy the above jar files into Tomcat lib folder. The above jar file into Tomcat lib folder. Say here tags are nothing but backside one Java program will run. See, for example, you are writing like this. This type tags already you studied. JSP : forward page equal to second dot JSP, like this you written, no? Like this we written. Here you are writing forward. Backside that tag equivalent to one class. This page, it is one property. Instance variable will be there, setter getter method will be there. So one tag equivalent to one class, one attribute equivalent to one variable, two methods. That type will be there backside. So the type of classes all present in jar files. That is the reason these jar files you have to copy. Then only your tags will work. But these tags with the JSP-API.jar file only already placed. These tags later introduced. That is the reason separate jar files prepared. Once if you join in a frameworks classes, many jar files, daily updations will be there. But this Adv Java, core Java updation part is very less. Frameworks, what will happen? Every day they are updating frameworks. At the time, many jar files you have to download. For downloading, attaching jar files, all those things, tools are there. The tools, development, security, operations tools. That is also you are going to learn after Adv Java. So that separate courses you have to join. 2 courses are there. Like Spring development, say already full stack Java students. This is also is development, security, operations tools. These tools are there. Many tools are there. As well as Spring framework you can join. Spring, Spring Boot, Spring microservices. At the time you'll understand all. These all what will happen every day they'll update. Say just within a 6 months, 2 months only this is updated. These all. So development, security, operation tools will be there. So many jar files will attach, will add, so many things we'll do in frameworks classes. With the tools. Here, these 2 jar files present, we have to download. We have to copy into Tomcat lib folder. Then only works. Now, here in my system, first I'll check it. Okay, just I'll download these 2 jar files from internet. See, just you can type standard.jar download. Standard.jar. For example, this is standard.jar file. This file you can download. It is downloaded. Next one, gstl.jar. This gstl.jar. This is we can download. These 2 jar files we have to copy into server. Now downloaded. I'll extract. Now this jar file, okay. gstl.jar file. One more, standard.jar. These 2 jar files, gstl-1.2 version and standard.jar. These jar files I downloaded. This is we have to copy into Tomcat lib folder. But Tomcat 10 onwards, this is not working. Up to Tomcat 9 only working. 10 if you want to use, tools you have to learn. Maven, Gradle, some tools you'll learn. With that you can configure. That's what. For this Tomcat 9 I'll download, Tomcat 9 I'll explain. Later after learning tools you attach. Okay. Here Tomcat 10 we are using. Now Tomcat 9 required. Tomcat 10 onwards it is totally changed. Tools required compulsory. In my system, Tomcat 9. Okay, not there. I'll download. See, Tomcat 9 download. Tomcat 9, 9th version I'm downloading. Downloaded. I'll install this one. 9. Next. Next. I'll write port number is 8005. This port number, I'll make it 8083. I'll write because already 8082 I'm using. Shut down port 8055 only. This is admin. Next, JDK 17. Next, Tomcat 9 install. Now what I'll do is JSTL purpose Tomcat 9 downloaded. Now separate workspace I'll take. With that I'll configure. But first of all, now the list I'll explain. First, what we have to do is say JSTL nothing but JSP standard tag library. It is introduced in 2.0 to simplify the JSP. As compared to normal JSP, JSTL very simple. If condition also tag, for loop also tag, everything tag only. It is every program appears like HTML. That much easy. This one. These tags are divided into 5 categories. Core tags like a core Java. SQL tags, JDBC tags, communication with database. Formatting purpose, separate tags. Functions, in a string handling functions methods you study, that is XML data, XML. But if you want to use these two jar file required. I downloaded. We have to copy into Tomcat lib folder. I'll copy. See these two jar files. I'll copy this PC, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 9. In that 9 lib. Here I'll paste. Okay. Here last added. Now over. Setup is completed. Now first category core tags. Node. First category core tags. How to use? I'll explain. Just I download, no? Just JSTL.jar download. Standard.jar download. Now core tags. C colon out. C colon set. C colon remove. C colon if. C colon choose. C colon when. C colon otherwise. C colon for each. C colon for tokens. C is a prefix for core tags. C colon redirect. Now 10 tags are there. 10 tags are there. C colon out, C colon set, C colon remove, C colon if, C colon choose, C colon when, C colon otherwise, C colon for each, C colon for tokens, C colon redirect. These all. So C is a prefix. Those are tag names. How to set, remove, if, choose, when, otherwise, for each, for tokens, redirect, tags. In order to use the above tags, we must include the following taglib directive in JSP. See, if you want to use these tags, you need to use taglib directive. Then only library you can access. Taglib URI http://java.sun.com JSP JSTL core. Prefix. Just write this one. Tomorrow I'll explain. C. Programs I'll explain tomorrow. This line also I'll explain tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see continuation.